Russia and China form an alliance, and Biden tanks the State of the Union. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, the 6th of March. And man, time is flying, and so our prices of commodities, they're flying too. We'll talk about more of that in our market segment, but it appears that Russia and China have formed an alliance. Okay, I mean, obviously, the attack on Ukraine was waited for. Xi asked Putin to wait till after the Olympics, and he did. Okay, so I mean, obviously, you've got two powerful foes. Okay, and then you can throw in Saudi Arabia in the middle of there that are controlling our destiny. Is that really where? Is this the position we want to be in when we don't have to be in? Okay, and how long do you think it will be before China goes into Taiwan? Okay, so, I think that, as I've said before, Biden is playing checkers, Putin is playing chess, and Xi is playing three levels ahead of both of them. Okay, so, we've got some very big problems here, not to mention our own problems right here in this country, but are there going to be wars breaking out in the countries, so in the so-called what they call breadbasket? Pretty much around the Middle East, where they're very dependent on Russian wheat. Russia does supply 1/3 of the world's wheat. Okay, and certainly we can talk about all the sanctions and all the stuff, but again, is this going to create? This is where the Marie Antoinette let them eat cake line came from with no bread, okay? So, we're already seeing some shortages. And obviously, if you watch the wheat prices this week, you've seen ridiculous pricing. And we'll get into all more of that in the market segment. But, is this going to create some issues here? The sanctions are laughable, okay? When you look at the sanctions that are being placed, now this is the difference between the administration we have and the administration that we gave up. Okay, we had control. We were in control of our own destiny, and now we're at the mercy of, and we're still dealing with them in oil. So that's not nothing. The SWIFT system is dealt with through China anyways. So that's not no big deal. Okay, and they hold power because of their wheat and because of some of the components they have for our fertilizer. And there's already a big shortage of fertilizer as well. So, look at the end of the day, this could have all been solved long ago. But of course, you have a leader that doesn't want to solve the problem. Okay, obviously, they're making money somewhere because they're not sharing it with the citizens of the United States. They're busting out the middle class because I saw gas at the pump. Okay, jump in one day overnight 50 cents. Okay, now I don't drive that much, so again, it's really immaterial to me. But it's the fact that everything you buy, everywhere you go, uses oil or fossil fuels in some way, shape, or form. Okay, and why during the State of the Union did we not hear? Why do we hear that same crap about Build Back Better in different verbiage instead of, hey, we're going to go ahead and produce our own oil now? We have the ability, we have the capability, and at what cost do we want to destroy America? Okay, because that's what's happening as we speak, as we sit here, with every penny that goes higher and every dollar that goes higher at the pump for no reason. Okay, and you've already destroyed a good percentage of the business in this country. You've wiped out much of the small business, and magically COVID got cured. So again, I think you have to really wonder, what is the agenda? What is behind what's going on with this administration? Okay. In the meantime, guess who's back in business? Kim is back launching missiles again. So, look, is he anything to worry about? Not today, but at some point he could be something to worry about. And certainly, when you have volatile people in charge, okay, that have no regard for human life, you can listen. Anything goes. Okay. And now we're going to get back in bed with Iran? Okay, really? God help me. I mean, what has happened in what, 13 months, 14 months? Look at the destruction that has happened in 14 months. Okay, I mean, between inflation and a hidden Jerome Powell. Remember, where's Waldo? Where's Powell? Okay, he doesn't want to show up because, God forbid, he would hike rates. Again, this is not just his fault here. This goes back to Bernanke in May of 2013. But what are these guys thinking? What is their job? Okay, to keep artificially pressing up the stock market, destroying the lives of elderly, because they can't put their money in the bank, so they're forced to either live a lesser life or gamble and put their money in risk assets, which they don't want to in the first place. I don't know. Okay, to me, something doesn't make sense. But I'll tell you one thing: this inflation is hardship for many people. You think about it. I mean, crude oil up 120, okay, and probably going to all-time highs. And your job requires a lot of gasoline, okay, at $4 a gallon or more. That's a big chunk out of your payroll. So, I think that the jobs number on Friday. Look, the government numbers are worthless. Okay, that's the first thing. And again, that has nothing to do with this administration. They've always been worthless because they're always revised the next month. So what good is a number that is subject to revision every single month? Okay, the only numbers that mean anything, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't watch any numbers, but the only ones that I would look at if I would be the ISM manufacturing number. Okay, so again, I think that you have a laughable situation going on right now with Russia. I mean, it's not laughable from the Russian standpoint. It's very serious for people in Ukraine and Russia. And obviously, I was wrong. I mean, I came out the next day when I attacked, said I was wrong. But I was wrong. I heard they weren't going to attack. And again, I thought my sources were pretty reliable, but apparently not. Okay, but at the end of the day, look at our response. How much weaker of a response could we give? And this is where when we gave up our own control, when we gave up our destiny. Okay, all for what? Okay, for a project that couldn't be done now anyways, for something that's not going to happen, and for something, if you look at the voice stock metrics, which goes back hundreds of thousands of years, this is right on par with normal activity that goes on in the environment. Anyways, so again, I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to claim that I know, because I don't. But again, I think that the quality of lives we have to live right now with things the way they are is diminishing. Okay, and I don't know if you're happy with giving up everything to just to fill up your gas tank, but it's certainly going to have a weight and hurt many down the road. Okay, and of course we've got tons of the foreclosures and tons of delinquencies. Now again, haven't we seen this movie before? This is the funny thing about investors. Okay, this is the funny thing, that goes on. Didn't we just see this movie? Okay, it's not that long ago that we saw the same things starting to happen. Okay, and interestingly enough, the commodities were flying at that time as well. What are they doing now? They're flying now. Okay, but we have a Fed chair that doesn't want to recognize anything. He wants to continue to play with this transitory name or some other BS. Okay, who knows if they're going to even hike now? I mean, rates, at the wholesale or the retail level, bond markets went soaring this week, so they were, obviously rates are lower. But I think that look, we've got a lot of problems, we've got a lot of issues that keep continuing to go unsolved. Okay, yet we have the trio trying to, of Sanders, AOC, and some other putts, trying to look for trouble where it doesn't belong. Amazon's absentee program, I don't know, whatever the hell, who knows? I mean, do I care? I mean, Amazon employs people. Is that not what we're supposed to be doing? Okay, this is where government in general, again, that doesn't just apply to this administration. This goes back to when the government became the world's biggest employer. Okay, this is not the way it's supposed to be. And it's not going to get better when we have to continue, paying a politician is like crumbling your money up and lighting it on fire. Okay, because they're only going to burn it anyways. They don't adhere to any budget. They don't adhere to what it really costs to live. They adhere to whatever they want. What do they care? They don't pay for it anyways. We pay for it. But let's continue. Okay, let's have a Fed that's nothing but a Ponzi scheme. Okay, let's continue with the scams and the schemes of government so they can continue to get paid. Okay, I mean, what is the last time a government official in your district or anywhere did something that was really to the benefit of your community or your state? Okay, very few. And, it's everywhere. It's not just, it's in every state. There's always issues. Okay, obviously some states are much better, and you can see by the progress and how they do and how their budgets are. But overall, we have a system that is full of really corruption and lobbyists, and it's getting to be, sickening because it's really at our cost. And when I look at the situation, I go, okay, so now we're in danger, and don't kid yourself if you don't think we are. We're in real danger of China accelerating their 100-year plan. Okay, we're in real danger of many things, and nothing looks really all that bright right now. As far as looking ahead, we've got a travel industry that's going to collapse because business travel is not coming back. Okay, the bosses, the owners of the corporations, and the president saw that their bottom line was not hurt by not traveling as much, and of course, it's much less expensive to Zoom a meeting, and you don't need as many sales. Okay, so I'm sure there'll be a few, but you're seeing less flights. Okay, and that's going to continue. I would suspect you'll see a couple of the majors go out because I don't think how they're going to support it, especially if crude continues to explode at its current pace. So if we look around, I think China's going into Taiwan. Okay, I get where is the outrage? Okay, from the people who always stir up trouble. Again, if it's going to cost them money, they open up their mouths. If it doesn't cost them money, then they stand mute. Okay, and this is always a problem. Okay, because here we have, and when it comes to money, we make special deals. Okay, and it's really a situation that we have to look at that needs to be fixed. And the saddest thing is President Biden had every opportunity to fix it. Okay, he could have fixed it on Tuesday night at the State of the Union, and simply saying we are going to open up the wells. Okay, but now they're trying to create. Obviously there's an election nearby because COVID was magically cured. We're now at war. Well, we're not at war, but we're on the edge watching. Okay, and making sanctions, and you've got inflation skyrocketing. Okay, you've got probably violence going on all over the place. You've got the defund the police part with the non-defund the police. Who knows who's telling what? Okay, so here we are. Okay, and wouldn't you call that a mess? I don't know about you, but I call this a mess. And the prices you have to pay. Okay, and you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait until the planting season begins. Let's see who's going to actually plant. And there's already some potential shortages in food. Plus the supply chain. Well, what are we gonna do next? This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horowitz will be right back with more our market report after the break. Bubba's Bottom Line. Well, kids, I was in Vegas, and it's so much nicer in Vegas. I got to tell you, no taxes, nicer weather. But anyways, yesterday I did a great hedging webinar, and we have a hedging light program now. It's a little bit less expensive. But you can see what's going on in these markets. I mean, look, it's up to you. I'm already hedged. Okay, if you don't want to hedge, that's your business. But you should certainly check it out because you won't regret it over the long haul. I can promise you that. Okay, remember, check out our partners. We have a lot of sponsors that help us and take care of the show, and of course, the Capital Trading Group. The best futures and equity, futures and commodities broker in the country. Okay, I'm talking about customer service. I'm talking about willingness to deal with you. I'm talking about picking up the phone and answering it. Okay, they trade all my accounts. Okay, they're the only ones I've authorized for a lot of direction trading. Check them out. It's capitaltradinggroup.com. It's actually info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And of course, trade here. Look, Trader is unbelievable. What Trader is like winning the lottery for me. Okay, saves me 6 figures a year in commissions to trade. I pay $10 a month. Okay, all my stuff, my big stuff is all auto traded because I'm using my portfolio models and I'm using my hedging model. Okay, and I pay $10 a month. How about that? Okay, and they got great service. You call them, they pick up the phone too. And they listen. All brokerage firms have outages here and there, but they don't have. They fix faster, they run better, and there's no issue. And why not save the money? That's to me, it's about money. Okay, check them out. Try.trader.com/Bubba. That's try.trader.com/Bubba. And by the way, I'm doing a webinar for SIBO on Wednesday with Trader as a sponsor, okay, on some advanced option strategies. So be sure to check it out. I'm sure you've got an invite already. And if not, you can email me and I'll get you one. And of course, our metals provider, okay, who we prefer, which is Strategic Wealth. Okay, and of course, preservation, and it's at swpcayman.com/Bubba-trading. That's swpcayman.com/Bubba trading. And if I speak with too much of a slur, you can look at the bottom. They're scrolling along the bottom. I mean, that's where I do all my metal shopping. I mean, I buy gold, silver, and platinum all the time. I do think platinum is a pretty solid buy here. And of course, our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba trading. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horowitz, and our market report. Boy, we got stuff to talk about. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, the 6th of March, and what a week for the markets, okay? And when you look at what's going on here, now, there's a lot of interesting dynamics taking place in this market right now, okay? Now, obviously, we'll talk about equities a little bit, but obviously, the grain market, wheat especially, okay, up limit 3 or 4 days in a row, okay, and I don't know where it's going to be tonight, but Friday, based on the options, they were pricing up limit again on Monday, tomorrow, okay, so I don't know where it's going to be, and anything can change, but they've already expanded limits, and the other thing that's happening big in the oil, crude market, and in the wheat and grain markets is expanded limits and 100% margin. In other words, no margin. Okay, that's really what it's saying. And what that says to me, from my years of experience in this industry, okay, that sometimes signals the end of a run for a while. Now, again, I'm not saying it's over. Okay, look, we can go a lot farther. But if you remember Billy Ray in Trading Places, they're panicking. The exchanges are panicking. Anytime they start to screw with the margins, it means they're getting worried. Okay, they're getting worried about their own capital, and so they're going to try to make it restrictive. Like you get no day trading margins on crude either. Okay, so crude and wheat are for sure 100% margin. You get no day trading leverage either. Okay, so obviously you've got the micro, so you can trade smaller, but it's going to create a problem. And when you look at the picture, okay, they are sending you a signal that they're very concerned. And typically, when it gets to the front to Wall Street or the Main Street, so to speak, and it gets to the headlines, that could be the end. And there was something else that I saw, which I want to talk about more later. But there's some bad things happening to some of these farmers who ship and make deals to sell their grains, which I'll talk about in my commentary. But so as we look back now, we have the equities, which felt like they went all over the place. It felt like they had a huge move. I mean, it really wasn't that big, as it turns out. Remember, when you look at markets, okay, first thing is look at the percentage, not the amount of move, the percentage move, because percentage is really what you're basing everything off of anyways, okay? But the equities were, we're short Dow, we're short S&P, we're short NASDAQ. They were all slightly layered, and nothing unbelievable, okay? Of course, but our portfolios had, our 350K had a record week this week. Okay, again, obviously it happens, you get lucky, but it's a big numbers. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was like everything hit at the right time, and we're along the Russell. Okay, now again, the Russell was kind of flashed to slightly higher for the week, and the equities are all lower, but they weren't dramatically lower. It felt like they were had much bigger movement than they actually did. Okay, and again, that's because of some of the action that you saw, and a lot of it was fear-based that happened overnight. Okay, so in the meantime, we're short 3 and long the Russell. Okay, in oil, crude is up. It was up $20 for the week. Okay, I'm telling you, I've said this since the day after the election. Crude oil is going higher. It's going higher. Now again, there'll be some sell-offs here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one soon. Okay, but they're going higher. Okay, look, it's not just the Russia-Ukraine situation, because that really is a non-event. We can produce our own oil. The real problem is that they're creating this narrative, which is not good for oil. The energy policy is stupid. It's ridiculous. And we're being run by morons. Okay, so in the meantime, we're long crude, so I can't complain. I keep, we stay long. We've been long for about a week over the last year. Okay, in the meantime, the metals to the moon, baby. Okay, and again, they're actually looking very, very sharp now. Okay, we finally got a solid breakout up. Now, we've been long for a couple of weeks, but we finally got some real good trending moves that they're not too slick, right? Remember, I said with the initial breakout of this move, I said it was too fast. And it was more based on fear. Boy, did I get the hate mail there. I make a lot of hate mail, but I got it then. And I go, hey, whatever. But you can see it pulled back, and now it is trending. But the initial trigger came off of a fear-based rally. In the meantime, gold and silver look really good. And I think gold has a chance, depending on this move, he has a chance to get to the all-time highs. Silver obviously is so far away, but you can certainly look for 29 and 30 next target for silver. I think the interesting and the wild card here is going to be platinum. Now, we don't trade it anymore because it's not liquid enough, but I do buy it. I buy it for physical. But I think platinum looks ready. And again, it'll probably go back into crap like it always does, but it looks like it's prepped to make a huge run. Okay. Now, if you go back in time a little bit, you remember that platinum was over gold. Okay. And now it's like half. So we'll see. Again, it looks really good. But again, I never, I'm never going to get too big in any one thing because, again, what looks good today may look like crap tomorrow. Okay. And of course, in the natural gas is going higher again. Again, this relates to our energy policy. Okay. We're just right. We came down, made a new low. Now we're testing, not a new low, but a higher low. And now we're just going up again. Okay. Look, it shouldn't even be going up at this time of year, but certainly, again, you got a stupid policy and you're starving your own people for nothing. You're going to get higher prices. And copper. Wow. We nailed copper last Monday and said that it was at a point, it was going to make a huge move. And certainly the move is now up. It's going to go to, it looks like it's going through $5 again. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Prices going higher, lumber higher. Okay. Again, costs going up. There is no resolution for anybody out there. The costs, they are rising. And then you get the dollar. Okay. Now, for those who keep trying to talk about the dollar versus the cost of goods and exporting, it makes absolutely no sense. I don't care what anybody says. Prove to me that I'm making more money by exporting more at a lower cost. Please prove that to me. If you can prove it to me, great. I will never buy into that. You've heard me. If you've ever seen me on air, every time they say that, I tell them, no, I don't buy in. Okay. To me, it makes no sense. Okay. But anyways, the dollar is strong, and so are the commodities. Why? Well, because, there's demand. Okay. And we're going to have some problems in the commodity space, which I'll get to momentarily. Okay. So we're long dollars. They're going higher. Okay. Bonds and notes. Shoo! Again, caught me off guard. We were short first. We got long. We were long in plenty of time. However, again, the market, the move was hyperbolic. Okay. Look, this is temporary. These bonds are coming down. But again, fear does crazy things to products. Okay. And you can certainly pop them up a little bit further, but they're going to have to come down. Okay. That's the only way we're ever going to get out of any of this mess. But we're still long bonds and notes. Okay. What did I miss? I don't know what I missed. I'm lost myself. Anyways, in the grain markets, all higher. Okay. But wheat obviously exploded higher. Okay. But corn looks as solid as can be. Okay. Soybeans look great. I think soybeans are headed to 20. I think corn's headed. I think you're looking at all-time new highs on everything. And wheat, but it depends on where you consider the print high from. Okay, that's really the determination, and I don't know where they're gonna call the actual all-time high from. There was a print of like $23 in Minneapolis wheat in 2008. Okay, so I'm not quite sure where they're gonna. But again, I suspect we're gonna make new highs everywhere because I think you're gonna see, there's the input costs are getting so high that if interest rates go up, which they should, then I think it's going to prevent some of the smaller farmers from even planting. They may say, well, why should I take the risk here now? I mean, how much can I make? And what if they go down? Okay. But you do have some weather issues already. Okay. So that's a problem. You've got some issues around the world that some other producers, including Russia right now. So that's a problem. So you could see, you're already seeing a supply chain issue. So you can see a problem in these grain markets. I mean, we're long them all. Okay, and it was very funny. Well, it wasn't funny. It was sad, but we were long wheat, and we got reversed out last Monday, I believe, and then Tuesday we bought back again. So we got in. We didn't miss any of it, but it was interesting because it was very rare that we ever do that in a one-day swing, but it did happen, unfortunately for us. And the meats, as I said, look weak. Okay, now again, I don't think this has anything to do but a budget issue. Okay, at people at home. Okay, I think when you put yourself in a position, okay, and you have to make a decision. Gas, am I going to fill up my car or am I going to eat a steak? So I think now we're down to hogs, okay? And if the oil keeps going higher and the commodities keep going higher, I think you're down to even worse, okay? So again, I think you go down to chicken and then hogs start to sell off. I mean, hogs are down a little bit, but again, they look pretty good still, okay? Meantime, we're short them all right? And in the softs, okay, cotton is on support now, but we are short. It's broken down, but we are on. It's at a key level to either it's going to break down, which it should, based on our position. Coffee is down. We're low. It was down. We're short. Sugar, we got long in the middle of the week, and it skyrocketed. Okay. Cocoa, we're long, and of course OJ, we're long. So again, look, you're seeing some very dramatic movement in the commodity market. You're seeing some big stuff in Bitcoin. Switzerland says they're going to make it a legal tender. That'll be interesting. So we'll see how it reacts. It was up a little bit for the week, but again, still stuck in a range. I mean, we're still believers, and I know traders are going to start carrying and start trading Bitcoin there too. So, great place to get with. We got the chance, and of course, we're going to step out here for our final break, and we'll be back with my commentary. And right after the break, this is Bubba's Bottom Line, Todd Bubba Horwitz. All right, kids, just a quick reminder. Okay, I did a webinar yesterday on hedging. Check it out. Okay, you can email me or it'll be on the post on the website. Okay, check out our partners, Capital Trading Group. Okay, you can see the things scrolling along the bottom. Capital Trading Group, Tradier, and Tradier. I'm doing a webinar for the SIBO on Wednesday for Tradier. It'll be broadcast. It's free. Okay, and of course our golden metals. I always do every day. I can't get it out of my mind. Our metals provider, or my place where I do all my shopping, is Strategic Wealth Preservation. swpcayman.com/Bubba-trading, and of course our high school program at Patreon. Okay, again, help support us so we can keep doing this. Obviously, we do a lot of work to make it all happen. In the meantime, we're going to get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and my commentary, and it should be fun. We'll see. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horwitz. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line, and of course, every week I give you some commentary on some nonsense that's going on that I'm not happy with. I got so much this week, but on Friday, okay, I'm getting ready to leave Las Vegas, and I get a text from one of my farm guys, and he says that the plant that they do business with is changing when they measure the basis for their grains that they committed to selling right. And I go, what? I said, are you kidding me? So now the big companies are now changing the rules in the middle of the game. Okay, for years it was based on March. Okay, now it's volatile. So now they push the farmers to be on July. And this is not just one, this is many. Okay, and so suddenly the bigger guys are once again stepping on the little guys because the whole administration is about stepping on the little guy. Okay, it isn't to help the little guy; it is to break the little guy. Okay, and these guys not so little, but to change the deal midstream because the price is too high. Okay, and again, where is he going to go? So this is what's happening in this country. Okay, is that we change deals, we change things that we can take advantage of those who can't fight back, so to speak. And to me, I think it's a real issue. Okay, and again, to me, the whole State of the Union, a replay of Build Back Better, is ridiculous. The whole battle between their party, the inside of defund or fund the police. I mean, come on, let's go. Okay, really, you want to give up the police? So these are things that are really starting to roost along. And of course, you can't get arrested if you steal, but you can, but if you don't wear a mask on a plane, you get thrown in jail. So in the meantime, listen, have a great weekend, everybody. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Hopefully they'll settle the baseball strike because I got to have something to do during the day. And of course, we got March Madness coming, so we'll have a little bit of entertainment. In the meantime, have a great week, everybody. As always, I'll see you tomorrow at Bubba's Daily Update. And until then, have a great weekend, everybody. See you later.